You know when you put on your makeup in the summertime when you're all tanned up, it just goes on so beautifully and your skin just looks like perfect? That's what I feel like my foundation feels like, just a healthy feel. It just feels so like vibrant. I feel like alive. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Smashbrush. So today I'm going to be showing you guys my wintertime foundation routine. It's completely different from summertime. If anybody is from the East Coast, we know how brutally cold it gets here. Just to let you know, my skin is super dry in the winter time. I feel like it's like sandpaper. I feel like you can light a fire on my face because of like how freaking dry it is. No, I'm kidding, but no, honestly, my skin gets very dry. It gets very itchy, it gets very irritated. I don't know if you guys had this issue, but there's been times where I'll put on foundation and I think I'm doing everything the right way, the way I normally do it, but for some reason it's just not coming out the same. It's coming out cakey and it's just like, oh, what am I gonna do? Like, why is my face looking this way? So if this is an issue that you have, or if this is a video that you're interested in, then just keep watching, and without further ado, let's get to it. By the way, excuse my voice because I think I'm starting to lose it, but it's getting like that little sexy kind of voice. Okay, so I have already moisturized my face. I already did all of like my skincare things, at least most of them. I have been using the Clinique Moisture Surge. It does wonders to me. I am super sensitive. As you can see, like my skin is pretty smooth. It's just like underneath where you have a lot of redness, and you might see it now because as soon as I like start touching my skin, I instantly get red. But instead of my whole face becoming really red, it gets like a lot of like little red dots. Anyways, I'm just going like rambling on at this point. I'm going to be showing you guys how to create a very dewy, flawless foundation finish. But yeah, here in the East Coast, the winter is like super brutal and it does a lot of damage to our face, especially going inside a room that's very heated, then go back out to the cold, then coming back to a place that's very heated. It creates a lot of like textures. At this time, I feel like it's the most crucial to like really take care of your skin and to at least keep it moisturized, because if you don't, it's just gonna feel very like sandpapery. So today's video is basically more targeted towards people who are from more to normal to dry. If you are oily, you can definitely still follow this tutorial. I find that people who have oily skin don't really like to look dewy, and the people who are dry do like to look dewy. So if you are not a dewy fan, this might not be for you. What I am gonna do before applying my foundation is I'm actually gonna be putting a dewy mist on me. This is the Tatcha Dewy Skin Mist. Honestly, this stuff has been so good on my skin. I like to spray it before, and I also like to spray it at the very end because it creates a very like beautiful and like soft canvas. And the way my skin works is that when I put on this dewy mist, I feel like it kind of melts into my skin, and also when I put it over my foundation, it also melts with the foundation, and it creates such a beautiful and flawless canvas. So sometimes at first when you apply it, it may like really like wet and all, but because my skin, for example, is so dry, it just like absorbs it all in, and it creates such a beautiful finish. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray this all over. And I'm just gonna fan it out. By the way, there's also a very good alternative that you can use besides this one. I have been using for a very long time the NYX Dewy Finish Setting Mist. Honestly, I was like in love with this one. The mist on this one is just a little, like, I feel like it sprays more evenly. This one sprays a little bit more rough, but it still does the job. Step number 2 for me, I want to make sure that I apply a very hydrating foundation. So I'm going to be using the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I believe this also has like coconut water in it, so I know it's supposed to be automatically very hydrating, and it just leaves the skin looking so beautifully. If you're dry, I wouldn't recommend going with matte because dry and dry just looks cakey. So dry, dewy, perfect. And honestly, this isn't even all that dewy. This is a little bit more on the normal finish. I'm just gonna do like, yeah, 3 pumps, because honestly, your girl got a lot of cheeks going on, and you know, I wanna make sure it covers it all. And I'm using my Real Technique sponge. Guys, make sure that when you use sponges, and I only say this because I've come across a lot of clients that never knew this, make sure you wet it, let it sit for like a second, and then squeeze all of the water out, and then your sponge will really like expand. A lot of times beauty sponges will kind of like absorb everything into it. So what I'm gonna do is with my finger, I'm just gonna apply, like I'm gonna just create dots all over. So now I look crazy, but it's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just like pounce this. Pounce, is that the right word? I don't know, but you basically just wanna dab it on your face and not really like swipe away, because it kind of just like it kind of removes some of the foundation off. So by putting it like this, you're kind of just like also really melting it into the skin. And honestly, I think that the fact that there's like coconut water into this, like not only does it hydrate, it leaves such a beautiful coverage on the face. I have this foundation in my kit as well, and I have used it on people who are oily. Because it's hydrating does not mean that oily people can't use it. I'd probably use a more mattifying setting powder afterwards, but guys, like if you have not tried this foundation, I think you're really missing out on life, and you need to go reevaluate your decisions. And no, I'm kidding. But seriously though, guys, this is a really, really good foundation. If you just want to try it, you can always go to Sephora and get a sample for it. Okay, so with the remaining of my foundation that's on my hand, I always like to add a little bit extra coverage just in this area. Everything else is kind of even. I'm just gonna go ahead and just add it in my cheeks just a little bit, and then go ahead and pounce again. See, already this is looking really, really good. I feel like my skin just looks healthy, you know, it doesn't look so like dull. What I am gonna do is one more time, I'm gonna spray this on me, just like 2 sprays. Basically, by me doing this, it's just allowing for the foundation now to absorb it, and then for it to go into my skin. So it just allows for a more of a dewy, more hydrated, more like healthy look. So what I'm gonna do really quickly is I'm gonna go ahead and apply my concealer. Okay, so up next, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to just bake my under eyes. I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Setting Powder in the color Banana Bread. I honestly don't like to bake for too long. My skin is already like super, super dry. So I don't wanna basically ruin everything I just did as far as like adding all the hydration and all of that just for me to come and extremely mattify everything, you know? And then with my brush, I'm just gonna go ahead and just dust this off. I don't want this to stay in there for too long. I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette. This is in the color Dulce de Leche. I'm gonna be using this color right there just to highlight my under eyes. Honestly, when I have my under eyes highlighted, it just makes me feel so good. So anyways, going back into this contour palette, I'm gonna use that brown shade, and I'm just gonna do a light contour over. Nothing too crazy. And then using my Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of go over that contour because I really want it to like give me a little bit more warmth. And I'm really just gonna bronze up my face just a tiny bit. My bronzing and my contour is done, and now I'm going to move on to the highlights. So I'm going to be using the MAC Hyper Real Glow highlighter, and I'm just gonna be applying it like right in this area, like kind of like a little V, a little bit on my nose, and like right there. Now I'm gonna be using my MAC blush in Blush Baby. Okay, so now that that is all done, I just have 2 more steps, and I feel like these are very important steps to really create that beautiful, glowy, dewy kind of finish. So I am literally going to shower myself with this Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Literally just gonna apply it all over. And literally we're just gonna let this just dry out and really like soak in with the foundation. I know it seems a little bit like funny because it's like, girl, why are you putting on so much? But I promise you, like, this makes so much of a difference, especially if you are dry, because your skin is basically gonna drink all of this up. So basically I just need one more thing to finish off this look. I'm going to be using the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in the color Luminous Light. It's a little bit of a hard product to explain, so you can use this as a setting powder, but it isn't exactly a setting powder. It's more of like a glowy finish. This is actually honestly a perfect product for brides, but it just gives you such a beautiful and glowy complexion, and it doesn't make you look like shiny or shimmery. It's not like that. It just gives you such a nice glow. So because we are going for like that nice beautiful dewy look, I'm gonna go ahead and apply this all over, but I'm gonna start cheeks first, and I'm actually gonna finally be using my Sephora Rouge powder, grabbing a little bit of this, and I'm going to be putting it just in my cheek area first. And now I'm just gonna apply it everywhere else. So a little bit here in my forehead area, a bit down my nose, right down here. And I'm not sure how much the camera picks that up, but it just leaves this looking like so beautiful, so soft. This is literally like putting a filter over your face, like in a real life filter. It just leaves you so soft and so like perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on my lipstick really quick, and yeah. Okay, and this is basically the entire finished look. I am like so obsessed and in love with the appearance of how my skin and my complexion just looks like. This basically concludes this video today. I hope you guys got to enjoy this one. I hope you guys got to learn something a little bit different. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. I post new videos every Tuesdays and Thursdays. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. It is at Smashbrush_ at the very end. I also do Instagram lives on Thursdays right around at 9 p.m. Eastern time as well. So if you are not doing anything, go ahead and join me. I would love to chat. And yeah, that is basically it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.